Next on Mountaineer Playbook, the WVU women's soccer team finished Big 12 play in a shocking fashion. It will now return to Delesk for an NCAA tournament matchup. I'm Christian Ryan. Stay tuned. Mountaineer Playbook, straight ahead.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you why I'm dancing with the dance team to prepare for nationals. I'm Alex Johnson. I'll have that story next. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Bailey Tucker, and I'll introduce you to WVU's team with the most horsepower. Here you go. Good job.
A team of Mountaineers are champions and headed into the NCAA tournament. We'll have the highlights of their journey and tell you all about their comeback. I'm Ben Mackey.
And I'm Bailey Tucker. We'll also give you the inside scoop on some WVU club sports that deserve more attention and let you know how you can support them.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at the Reed College of Media at West Virginia University.
The WVU women's soccer team traveled to Round Rock, Texas to compete in the Big 12 tournament last week. Going in as the number 4 seed, they topped Oklahoma State, Texas, and TCU.
Yeah, that's right, Bailey. The Mountaineers came home on top as they were crowned Big 12 champions. Reporter Christian Ryan has more on the tournament and what it took to get them there.
The Big 12 tournament was no walk in the park for the Mountaineers as they faced 2 top 25 teams in the RPI. They did come out on top in dramatic fashion, beating TCU in the championship on a 90-yard goal from Jordan Brewster.
So that was crazy. The wind, her kick, I mean, seriously, Jay's got cannons for legs, so it makes sense that she was able to get that done for us.
Big 12 goalie of the year, Kaysa Massey, was another major factor during the tournament as the Mountaineers shut out both TCU and Texas, but the team needed to lean on all of its senior leaders.
I'm going to lean on them. And that, you know, that experience is going to be, and that leadership is going to be what the difference in teams.
Coach Nikki Brown will continue to lean on those seniors as they look forward to their first NCAA matchup. But the team now has momentum heading into the NCAA tournament, following up on their Big 12 championship.
Near the right time, near the end, that's exactly what we want. We've developed this whole season, worked on our weaknesses, and gotten better at our strengths, and that's all you can ask the team to do.
They're heading to Morgantown.
The Mountaineers now know their first-round matchup for the NCAA tournament. The Mountaineers have grabbed their 5th Big 12 championship and will return to Delesk to host an NCAA tournament matchup against Virginia Tech. With a matchup against the Hokies in the first round, does this team have what it takes to be the last one standing? The Mountaineers definitely have what it takes and will be a team to keep an eye on. I'm Christian Ryan, reporting for Mountaineer Playbook.
This will be the Mountaineers' 22nd NCAA appearance in program history. They earned the overall 7th seed and look to continue their winning streak throughout this year's tournament.
The women's team is 23-19-5 all-time in the tournament and are putting in the work with hopes to travel to Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina to fight for the College Cup.
The WVU wrestling team recently competed in the Southeast Open in Salem, Virginia. With 3 individual wins, the team looks to be in good shape for their upcoming season.
They'll definitely be a team to watch. Chris Trenicosta will tell us about which players came out on top.
The long-awaited wrestling season is upon us, and WVU had 3 individual winners from their first set of matches in Salem, Virginia. One being a redshirt junior who was ranked in Flow Wrestling's top 30 at the 184-pound weight class.
It's an amazing feeling. It's the first one that I've had all my entire college career, so it's a little bit of a change from my past performance, and it's really nice to have that as like where I can leap off from.
Alongside Anthony, 2 other Mountaineers were winners. Sophomore Michael Dolan was able to beat the Citadel's Dylan Roman, as well as freshman Brody Conley, who was able to get his first win as a Mountaineer against UNC's Cade Tenold. Coach is proud of his team and looks forward to the team continuing to have success.
Well, I think anytime you have guys win college wrestling tournaments, it's a real plus. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, you know, regardless of what tournament it is.
Anthony, Michael, and Brody are all thrilled with their performances from this last weekend's meet, but there's plenty more to look forward to as the season is just underway. The Mountaineers will host their season opener on November 20th against Glenville State College, where they will look to have some more Mountaineers have success in their young season. I'm Christian Acosta for Mountaineer Playbook.
We now want to shift our focus to some WVU club sports that may not seem popular to you, but without a doubt deserve some recognition.
Completely agree, Bailey. West Virginia University is home to 46 club sports programs that students from all majors can participate in. Natalie Andreev joins us in the studio to tell us about a certain team that's been around since 1968.
Thanks, Ben. Bailey, the Division II hockey team here at WVU has a very successful history, and they're looking to increase on those accomplishments this season. With the season running from September to February, it's a good thing that they have 29 players on the active roster. Even though that's a big number, this team still seems to mesh really well.
When we think of the Mountaineers, we think of the football and basketball programs, but what most fans don't know is there are more than just varsity sports here at WVU. The D2 ice hockey team is one to watch, and the players and coaches are looking to show Mountaineer fans what they're capable of. With a 5-1 record so far, the team looks to continue to improve as the season goes on and get the attention of more fans right here on campus.
Guys buying in on the team, not only on the ice but off the ice in terms of I love to do Toys for Tots drive for Christmas. That there, I feel like it helps us not only give back to the less fortunate, but it also makes WVU hockey as a whole look better.
Along with the Division II team, the West Virginia hockey program is also home to a men's Division I and Division III team, along with a women's Division II program.
Senior captain Nick Mohart has 3 goals and 3 assists on the season, adding up to a point per game, and hopes to continue to help impact his team positively on and off the ice.
For my line, we have all been here for 4, if not 5 years. So we've all been together for a long time. Even the youngsters that come in, we accept them with open arms. They are immediately a part of the family and a part of the team, and we get close, and that leads to good things on the ice.
Mohart and Coach Kutek also credit the success of the team in the last few years to their friendships on and off the ice and their ability to come together as a team to battle through the ups and downs. With the fall semester season wrapping up, Mohart and Coach Kutek are looking forward to the spring semester to carry their momentum from the end of the fall slate, having their eyes set on the playoffs in February.
The team is back in action at the Morgantown Municipal Ice Arena on December 2nd to face the Virginia Tech Hokies and wrap up their fall season. If you're looking to support the team, they'll begin their spring season on January 21st. Ben, Bailey, back to you.
Thanks, Natalie. West Virginia has some interesting club sports. For example, Bailey, have you ever played Quidditch? That's considered a club sport here.
Well, Ben, that's very cool, but no, I have not played Quidditch, though I will say I've spent a lot of time riding horses in my younger years.
No way. That's so awesome. So you obviously know a lot about the Mountaineer equestrian team then.
Although I've never joined the team, I do know that they are a force to be reckoned with after consistently placing in the top 4 schools of their zone and region. I caught up with some of the members to discuss their day in the life as part of the team. At their barn nestled in the town of Smock, Pennsylvania, the WVU English Equestrian Club team is finishing up their fall show season. On November 13th, the team competed in their last tournament against Duquesne. Team co-captain Joelle Herbert said she's impressed with how the team has done.
So we actually started off our first 3 shows as the top team at the show. And currently we are sitting at number 1 in the region, up by 14. So if we do that, we'll qualify for zones as a team, and then everyone will get to go.
The team currently has 30 members, all ranging from different majors and backgrounds. One thing they all have in common is their passion for riding horses.
I started riding from a birthday party was the first time I've ever rode a horse, and ever since then, I've never looked back. And it's just it's something that you can't really describe until you have a bond with a horse.
There are 8 horses who strut their stuff in shows. 20-year-old Owen is a grumpy old man who loves a good treat, and 4-year-old Lucy is a sweet gal with a beautiful chestnut coat.
Getting involved in this club is very easy. However, you must be prepared to make time commitment for practices, horse shows, and other events. I knew I wanted to keep riding competitively when I went into college, so I chose West Virginia partially because of the team. So my freshman year, I tried out and made the team and stayed involved, and then became secretary and then now co-captain.
The girls on the team say that being an equestrian has really enhanced their experience here at WVU.
I definitely think if I wasn't on the team, I wouldn't enjoy my college experience as much.
The team is currently in the top 4 schools in Zone 2, Region 5 of the International Horse Show Association, alongside other schools from West Virginia and Pennsylvania.
The team is comprised of both showing members and non-showing members, so anyone who is interested can be a part of the team. If you would like to know more about the Equestrian Club, they meet every Monday night at 8 p.m. in 101 Woodburn Hall.
The Collegiate Cheer and Dance Nationals were made famous on Netflix by the Navarro Bulldog cheerleaders who competed in Daytona Beach, but you may not realize that our own WVU dance team hits the floor in Daytona each year as well.
That's true, Ben. The dance team is seen around campus performing at many events, but not many students know what else their club entails. Reporter Alex Johnson went to a practice to see how the team is building off their most successful season yet.
West Virginia University.
Coming off of one of the biggest achievements in school history, the WVU dance team looks to keep up the momentum going into the upcoming national season.
When we were in Daytona, that was my first time being in Daytona for nationals, so it was a huge honor being there and getting second place against BYU. It was something that I will never forget.
In April, the team placed second in the D1A Jazz category, the most competitive division at the National Dance Association's collegiate competition. The team defeated notable teams like Iowa State, South Carolina, and Florida State behind the Brigham Young Cougarettes. Head coach Lindsay Florence said the achievement was a reflection of the growth she's seen over her last 3 years with the team.
Our team for second place, it was the highest we've achieved in the D1A Jazz category in history. So it was a very big milestone for our program and makes us super excited for this season.
The team has already gotten their gold bid, which allows them to attend the 2023 Nationals competition. Though the big competition isn't until April, the team is already training skills and learning choreography for the upcoming Nationals this year. All teams must attend an NDA summer training camp to qualify, and WVU walked away as the best all-around team at this year's camp in Louisville. Junior Courtney Barrer said the team hopes to build off their success at camp and reach new goals.
I think we really need to stay positive and stay focused on our absolute goals, and thinking back to last year, feeling how good that second place felt and using that as momentum to drive ourselves even harder this year.
And the team isn't just training for nationals. The team also attends all home football and basketball games, which allows them to build stamina and performance quality while cheering on the Mountaineers.
Remembering their choreography, hitting cleans, everything that we practiced the week before, they're challenged to go out there, exceed, and do the best that they can.
With 22 team members, only 14 to 18 dancers will earn a spot on the nationals floor. Reporting for Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Alex Johnson.
I can't even imagine the strength that goes into some of those dance moves. And you may not know Bailey, but Alex used to be a stellar tap dancer.
I did know that, Ben. Good luck to the dance team in nationals this season. Well, after the break, we'll take a look at one of the most unique club sports this college has to offer.
In addition, MJ Gorley joins us in the studio to tell us about the axe throwing event that was part of Mountaineer Week.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you about a WVU student who is making waves up and down the East Coast. I'm Sean Loudermilk, and I'll have that story next.
Next on Mountaineer Playbook, I'm MJ Gorley, and I'm going to tell you how WVU students were able to blow off some steam during the 75th Annual Mountaineer Week. Stay tuned, Mountaineer Playbook is straight ahead.
Quiet and ready in control room. 3, 2, 1. Feet in bumper. Rolling
WVU News is local, in-depth, and always on the move for you. And it's always on YouTube, on the web, and on the Reed College of Media website. A national first-place Emmy Award-winning college newscast, taped at the Waterfront Studio at West Virginia University. Stay in the know, stay connected, watch WVU News.
The club baseball team has been making a name for themselves over the past few years here at WVU. After being ranked #1 in the country for club baseball, these players have a lot to prove. The program began in 2005 and has been a dominant force for players who may not want to play at the D1 level. The team has won their 2017, 2019, and 2021 conference title, as well as their regional and World Series in the 2019 season. Since then, they have been carrying that momentum over and began their fall season 6-0, sweeping all the teams they faced, with over 48 runs combined in just 3 games. This club baseball squad is aiming for their next World Series win when they start back up in the spring. In the meantime, they are working out over the winter to reach their max potential in the spring.
Cam, score. 3 outs.
When people think of West Virginia, I'm sure that water skiing is not the first thing to come to mind due to the cold winters and rainy summer days. You'd think water skiing only exists in the sunshine states, but that's not the case.
That's right, Bailey. Remember those 46 club teams I mentioned earlier? Well, water skiing is one of them. West Virginia University students have the opportunity to hit the waves and make a name for themselves in a unique way. Reporter Sean Loudermilk has the details on how this team works in our mountain state.
West Virginia, the mountain mama. Whenever you think of her, you may think of hunting, fishing, pepperoni rolls. How about water skiing? The WVU Club water ski team has been making waves up and down the East Coast since 2017 and are looking to make an even bigger splash next season.
Since 2018, when I first joined, I've not only been able to see the roster double in size, but also watch this team grow into a family.
WVU is one of only 65 schools in the United States with a National Collegiate Water Ski Association affiliated team on campus, and is one of the few teams located on the East Coast, which attracts talent from all across the nation, such as WVU sophomore Casey Craig.
I actually fell out of love with water skiing when I was younger, and then when I came to college and joined the water ski team, I fell back in love with the sport because of the environment that was around.
When other kids were playing softball or soccer growing up, Casey was water skiing, and has been since the age of 6, and was taking home gold medals at competitions as early as age 11.
Casey's competed in national competitions and took home gold in the slalom event during the team's last competition.
I won my first gold medal when I was 11, and that just started the drive to want to become better and win more medals.
The team will begin practices again early next spring as Casey looks to add a few more medals to her collection. I'm Sean Loudermilk, reporting for Mountaineer Playbook.
Last week, WVU celebrated its 75th year of Appalachian culture during its annual Mountaineer Week, and every day the university had an event that represented the Appalachian heritage.
In one of those traditions, students and faculty got a chance to try their hand at throwing an axe at a wooden target. MJ Gorley joins us now in the studio to tell us more. MJ.
Thanks, Ben. Bailey, the typical scoring for the outer blue ring is 1. The black ring is worth 3, and if you're good enough to hit that bullseye, it's a whopping 5 points on the board. I wouldn't say I'm an expert at the sport of axe throwing, but anybody who was interested in trying had the chance to learn how to make it stick.
Axe throwing is an activity that is more than just a way to blow off some steam, and people have different reasons as to why they choose to do it. Axe throwing is done all around the world and has been around for thousands of years. It was first made a sport dating back to the 1940s. Some people take it more seriously than others. As for freshman Colin Hanna, growing up axe throwing made him want to take it a bit more seriously than most.
Everyone in the family loved it. And then in our town, a local shop popped up where you can go and throw axes. So then we just did that every once in a while for like parties and events. That's really how I got into it.
Straight wrists, don't flick, and follow through. There's a method to the madness when it comes to throwing an axe correctly. People who are experienced make it look really easy, but if one small detail is wrong, odds are the axe won't stick in the wood. But when you get it just right, it should look a little something like this.
Here at WVU, most of the students showed up to have fun and try something new, not caring too much whether they got the axe in the board or if they completely missed the target.
It was pretty fun, you know, just throwing it and seeing if it's going to stick or not. And when you actually get it to stick, I found it pretty rewarding.
So whether you're throwing an axe because you're competitive or throwing an axe to have fun, good luck getting the maximum score of 64 points.
Axe throwing is currently recognized as a sport, and the annual World Axe Throwing Championship airs on ESPN3 every year. The tournament is the biggest axe throwing event in the country. Ben, Bailey, back to you.
Thanks, MJ. Straight ahead after the break, which Mountaineer athlete decided to take the leap from gymnastics and ice skating to a new sport in the water?
We'll also say our goodbyes to a wonderful university by sharing some of our special memories with you guys after the break.
Coming up, I'll tell you how a three-sport phenom wound up springing for WVU. I'm Pat Strong, and Mountaineer Playbook is straight ahead.
West Virginia University is a place where learning is an adventure, inside and outside. You'll become an innovator, a boundary breaker, an earth shaker. Choose your circle from 30,000 fellow Mountaineers, and choose your path from hundreds of majors and minors. In a community that feels small, and you'll use this to get to class. You'll have room to find your people, your passions, and your purpose, because we're a place where everyone fits. This is WVU. This is home.
The WVU diving team season is officially underway, with a plethora of new faces joining the team this year.
And one freshman in particular had many twists and turns in her athletic career before ending up here in Morgantown. Reporter Pat Strong has the story on this star athlete.
Bella Reynolds might look like a typical Division I diver, but her athletic career has taken her on a number of different paths before the ultimate decision to pursue diving at the collegiate level.
So I was an ice skater for about 8 years. I skated and did gymnastics simultaneously, and I ended up doing gymnastics for 14 years. And after COVID hit, that's when I decided to transition to diving.
Coming from a family with diving in its lineage, it's not a huge shock that Bella ended up choosing the diving board over the balance beam and skates.
My sister did the transition from gymnastics to diving. She also dives in college collegiately too. So I kind of already had like a role model.
As the 2019 Texas State champion on the balance beam, Reynolds knows a thing or two about being in the air. But even with that achievement under her belt, there's nothing quite like standing up here on this platform and looking down.
So she came with a very pretty and beautifully set up twister. Now it's just getting her into those arenas where she can jump stable, pick up her somersaults, and be able to press out in a fashion that allows her to dive for sixes or better.
Reynolds was ecstatic talking about her debut in the gold and blue last month and is looking forward to what the rest of her freshman season can bring. This is Pat Strong reporting for Mountaineer Playbook.
Bella and the WVU swim and dive team will be back in action this winter. You can find their schedule on WVUsports.com.
Our viewers may not know that this class, Mountaineer Playbook, is our capstone course that all seniors take before graduation. That means all of our reporters and production crew will be moving on in a few months, but we all believe these country roads will forever be a part of our home.
West Virginia University has provided us with not only a college education, but a deep love for Mountaineer sports, win or lose. As I prepare to graduate in December, I reflect back on my 4 years here as a sports and adventure media major. And I just want to say, WVU, thanks for the memories.
It's been 4 years since I first stepped foot on campus at West Virginia University. And what was I looking forward to most? The sports. And Milan Puskar Stadium and the WVU Coliseum. But with WVU sports inevitably comes heartbreak, like a Final Four bound team losing to 11th seeded Syracuse in the second round of the tournament, or even blowing a 9-1 lead and losing on a walk-off grand slam. Not to mention the football team being just 20-24 in 4 years of Neil Brown.
Even though things have been a little bit rough for the football program in the 4 years since Dana Holgerson left Milan Puskar Stadium behind me, Neil Brown still thinks that he can get the job done here, and at the very least, he's recruiting some pretty good classes with another one set to get here in the summer. Things are looking up for Bob Huggins' squad as well. He brings in 9 new players into the program after missing the NCAA tournament a year ago, although they could certainly still use a guy like Jerry West behind me on their squad.
One building that I did not expect to enjoy as much as I have was Dick DeLess Soccer Stadium, where I had the chance to call a lot of great moments in Mountaineer soccer.
He finds Yutaro Sukata on the left side. He's nearing the 18-yard box. Sent in across and to the foot of Adam Burchell and into the back of the net. West Virginia gets one back in the 24th minute, 2-1.
But the moment that sticks with me the most comes from my freshman year and Deuce McBride. This game gave students our first and only court storming of the last 4 years, and being on the court was a surreal experience. As my time at WVU draws to a close, I'll always have plenty of memories to look back on from my time in the stands.
I've been to a lot of games in my life, but seeing Deuce raise up and throw down the tomahawk was probably the most euphoric I've ever felt in a stadium.
I also remember that moment, Ben. I sadly wasn't able to storm the court because I was working the event, but it was also a very memorable moment for me as well, especially being a native West Virginian.
Well, Bailey, it's been a pleasure doing this show with you, and I can't wait to come back as an alumni and support all of our varsity and club teams. Signing off, I'm Ben Mackey.
And I'm Bailey Tucker. You can visit our online website or watch us statewide on Sundays at 6:30 p.m. on West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Thanks for watching Mountaineer Playbook.